Welcome to Romance Recap. We're discussing and dissecting, reviewing and recapping vertical romance series His Nerd on CandyJar TV. I am Liz Donatelli.
And I'm Tiffany Current.
Be sure to subscribe to Reader Seeks Romance channel so that you don't miss new episodes of Romance Recap on YouTube and all podcast apps. His Nerd. Tiffany, it's a very edgy, gritty ABC after-school special. Agree or disagree?
And Jack Mellon is going to discover the price of being cool.
Mike.
Stone, the ABC after-school special.
I agree. I don't know if it's ABC special or was it NBC? The More You Know. Was it ABC? Which one was The More You Know?
Okay.
Was it NBC?
So there was the ABC after-school special. Then there were those interstitials.
Okay.
In between the different NBC shows, and it was
Yes.
the more you know. Hunter, played by one of our favorite CandyJar TV actors, Joseph Purcell. He's a drug dealer with a heart of gold. Okay, because he's doing it to pay for his sister.
Yes.
To pay for his sister. He's doing it to pay for his sister's medical bills, who we never meet. We never meet Leah.
He is a jock with a heart of gold, but I just felt like this one just was not for me. It felt very intense. There was lots of drugs happening, not that much love. It felt like, do you remember the movie Spring Breakers, which was this kind of dark movie with Selena Gomez?
No.
Where like these young girls go on spring break. I think James Franco's in it. It just had that kind of like, I don't know, dark, gritty, gross vibe. I don't know, man. This one was not for me.
Yeah, it was pretty dark and gritty, although I've found a few things to chuckle at, just because. One of the things being his earring, and
I
his
don't
chain.
even remember the earring.
Yeah, he has a hoop, but he has a hoop earring and a
No.
chain, which I don't think he's worn in any other of the movies.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I feel like he was told, look like a drug dealer.
You
and
have to have an earring. Yes, that's correct.
But I feel like what I've seen on television, drug dealers often wear like a diamond stud or something.
Yes, a
And
hoop can get torn out. I don't know what they're thinking. A hoop's being torn out, guys. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And the other
that's
drug
funny.
dealer, Declan, who is kind of like a frenemy of Hunter, wears a
Yes.
handkerchief on his head at all times. And it's like not flattering though at all. Like,
It was a very strange look. I felt like I don't know, he was in the movie Clueless, where they were all kind of overly dressed up in like baggy clothing. Like the costuming in this was not hitting for me. Like I don't know what was going on, but his whole look, I was like, is he 30? He did not look 16 or 17.
nobody in this series, was high school or is high school age or even college age. In fact, Ava, the leading lady, her best friend Lily looks like she's 35.
Everyone was aged out for this. Let's maybe do a little step by step. Can we do a little step by step?
Absolutely, I'm ready for it.
Let's just talk about the beginning of how ridiculous it is. We open on Ava, who is this, I guess, a very smart, geeky girl, and Declan, this guy who I guess is supposed to be popular, comes up and he randomly starts making out of her within the first minute. And then he pulls away, and apparently it's a really mean-spirited joke.
Yeah.
I was like, ouch, like what high school is this? What high school are we in where people are doing this to each other? It felt very rough. It felt very rough to me.
It is a school to which Hunter, Joseph Purcell's character, won a scholarship.
Oh, yes. That's what doesn't make sense.
And Declan,
it's a private school.
Yes, it's right. And Declan, who committed this sexual assault joke on Ava, later on says that his father donated money.
Yes.
So I'm like,
it was of note. Yes.
What kind of school is this?
It felt like these were supposed to be rich kids who were not dressing rich whatsoever.
No.
But yet it was blowing my mind all around. I was like, I don't understand this. But what was nice is immediately in the opening, Hunter kind of comes to her rescue. He's like, "Are you good?" In his typical like Purcell voice, "Are you good?" And I was like, you know what? Even if you're a drug dealer, I'm still attracted to you. I am.
Agreed.
I am.
I wrote that Joseph Purcell Hunter appears as a knight in shining armor. Are you good? Yes. I mean, too bad he didn't arrive a little earlier to prevent the
Yes.
forced kiss.
Yes.
And then they're like laughing at her and calling her like names and oh, you're a virgin. And that was the worst kiss. It's like,
It was like we had the crazy villain Jessica, who, by the way, threatens her life about
yeah,
like being a valedictorian. I'm like, is it so important for you to be that smart that you're going to threaten someone's life? It was an interesting change of character because you don't usually see like really, really smart people saying like, you better like not do well in school or I'm going to hurt you. It's like,
right.
okay,
I thought there was some interesting twists and
great.
turns in this television series. And I even wrote down at one point the competition to become a valedictorian is very dangerous in this school.
It's very like it's a rough school. You're gonna get murdered in this school. It's the Hunger Games of schools. I don't get it. So she runs off, Ava runs off to the girls' bathroom. Hunter comes in and he's like, it's okay, it's just me. He kind of has a Keanu Reeves way about him, like the way he speaks, it's just me, don't
Yeah,
worry. It's
yeah.
like, okay, very California surfer, and it's comforting. It's
It is comforting. I mean, I still feel like, so Ava is
yeah.
crying, she's traumatized from all that's happened. And then you see that, this dude is in the bathroom with you.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yes.
I mean, she's in a vulnerable moment. I feel like he could have waited until she exited the bathroom, but okay. This couldn't wait because as we learn
Yes.
just shortly before this, he is failing English, which I think he has failed English in private lessons as well. He really
He
English
needs
for
to
some
work on English for
in
some reason.
English,
English
yeah.
lit isn't his thing. That's
It's
true.
always English lit, it seems. And
Hmm.
he's like, listen, I can't get an F or I'll be kicked off the soccer team. So no more football.
He's
Now
soccer
it's
this
soccer.
time. It's
And
soccer this time.
yeah, and he proposes. He's like, listen, we study, or, you give me the answers or something to that effect in exchange for protection from the bullies, because these bullies are my friends. I can tell them to
Yeah.
back off of you. But the best way to do that is to fake date each other.
I feel like that's very logical. Like
Oh,
it
it,
was
it
such a
is.
reach. It was very logical. She turns him down, and then we see her, I don't know, go into the science room to work on her robotic project, and her friend is there doing drugs in the middle of a classroom. Like
Yeah.
and I'm watching these shows, I'm thinking like, honestly, like guys, what school are you going to? Where are the teachers? How are you
Yeah.
so, I guess, bold to do drugs in a classroom? At least go to a bathroom stall. I don't know what's going
Right.
on.
Well, I was trying to understand what kind of drugs these were. They were like these colorful pills in
Yeah,
this cutesy little bag, I guess, to make it look innocent. But what kind of drug is it supposed to be like?
Adderall. I think probably like
Okay.
Adderall to make
All
you
right.
focus.
I couldn't think of the word. Okay, yeah. So some kind of like Adderall mix with something else, maybe? Like I don't.
I don't know, but like that's just a quick intro of the friend because she comes in later, but we see Ava go out to the soccer field to confront Hunter for some reason, and that's when we see him cue once again as we see in these movies, Hunter with his shirt off, playing soccer, once again alone, the only person on the soccer field, mind you. And that's when I also noticed the silver necklace. Just like you, I'm like, oh, I liked his necklace. I
Yeah,
actually liked it.
you notice the chain. This is
The
the point.
chain.
This is the point at which I wrote down he is wearing an earring and chain. So that's when then he's like, okay, now I could see that he's,
He's a drug
yeah.
dealer.
And now we can see him in full drug dealer. Yeah.
That's funny. He's a drug dealer, and we learned that earlier. He goes to see a drug dealer and etc. And she agrees at that moment, like, okay, I'll take your deal to keep me safe. I'll help you study. And she's like, but we have to have rules. There's always rules in these
Yep.
things. You
Oh,
gotta
there
follow
is.
the rules because that's
Fake
so that you can
dating.
break them. You gotta
Mhm.
have it so you can break them. And then the next day we see her with a makeover, and I have to be honest, I was a little surprised we did not get like a whole makeover scene. There was no makeover scene in this one.
I felt cheated
Yes.
because we all love a good makeover scene because that usually accompanies a song.
A
And that
song.
song is usually a very meta song talking about
Yes.
what's going on right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We could
I
have
was,
had a great His Nerd song. Could have got a great His Nerd song.
oh my God,
She's his nerd. I don't know.
nerd, nerd, nerd.
He's a drug dealer. She's a valedictorian. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be
Nerd,
anything.
nerd, nerd, nerd. Yeah, you're right. Like I agree. That was a missed
It
opportunity.
was a missed opportunity. It was everyone sees her, and it was one of those moments that you always see like in movies where like somebody walks in and somebody like hits somebody in the chest, like, look at her, who's that girl? And they all see her walking in slow motion wearing a cool jacket. And of course, in that moment, to kind of like make the Jessica upset, they kiss. They do kiss. We see it happen.
Because, and I just want to point out
Yeah.
this to me is the funniest scene. I cracked up laughing because when Ava and Hunter walk in, of course, Jessica's there with the cronies, and mean girl Jessica says, "Nice jacket." And it's like some leather jacket with like black leather jacket with like white stripes on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And Ava says,
It's his
It's
mom.
it's his mom's, meaning Hunter's mom's.
Yeah.
And I wrote down, okay, is that supposed to be a flex that you're wearing a middle-aged woman's jacket? And what cracked me up is as the episode goes on, she's still wearing the jacket. I said, so he just gave
Yes.
her his mother's jacket. This
It's
wasn't a
kind of rude.
loan. What was that?
It's kind of rude. He like
It
raided his
is.
mom's closet, probably didn't ask permission, and gave away her favorite leather jacket. No,
But I mean,
no.
I don't understand. It's his mom's, as if okay, it's a flex then, as if we're so close.
Yes.
I wear his mother's
Yes.
clothes. I don't know. That's
It
this.
was
I
it was a
cracked up.
reach. It was a reach.
Oh, it was a reach.
It was funny, but we see them kind of like pretending, and that's when we learn more that he's on school on scholarship. And I put, oh, he's poor. Like with little notes, I'm like, oh, okay, so he can't
Oh, he's poor.
because he's just like, because then he goes on and say, like, I can't afford a girlfriend. I can't afford this. And I was like, okay.
You know, I appreciate.
Interesting.
I appreciated that reason for not having a girlfriend because I
Hmm.
think that that's probably more relatable than some of the other reasons we get in all sorts
Yeah.
of like teen romances. I was like, that's a really good reason. Like he goes, I can't afford one. It's like I thought that was an interesting twist to the
It was.
story. Yeah.
It was, and I like as it kind of goes on, we learn more about him. We learn that like we see them later, he's doing homework and she reads it. And she's like, this is actually really good. It's just unfinished. He's just like, I don't have the time. And she's like, well, because you're lazy. And that's like a hot button for him. And he's
Oh
just like,
yeah.
no, I'm not lazy. He's like, I have to work. I have a job. I have to take care of my sister. I only play soccer because I know that it'll help pay for my life. I
Yeah.
wish I could do this. And it was actually a nice, it really made you see his perspective. And I like seeing that depth of character there.
I agree 1,000%. And that's why I feel like this series, while there are some issues with it, I felt like the depth of emotion and the connection was really well built between the two
Yes.
leads, between Hunter and Ava. I really got to feel like, yes, they actually became friends
They
and,
did.
fell in love. But I really felt it. And I thought they played really well together. I'd like to see them, the two actors, Amanda Troya and Joseph Purcell, act together again. I thought, they were good together.
I thought they were good together. I thought it was believable. I liked also too that we saw her side that she's really into robotics.
I've
It
got
was,
comments about the robotic glove later.
yeah,
One side note, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead or
yeah,
jumping back, but at one point to sell the fact that they're dating, they like make a big deal of showing that they're going to the nurse's office to
yes.
supposedly have sex. And the nurse's office is a computer room.
It's
Like
an empty room. Once again, it's an empty, it's an empty room. It's nothing.
I didn't
It's not actually the
understand.
nurse's office.
It's
I
not.
don't
I don't get
know.
it.
I think it's a code for people where they go to make out, but like nothing happens there.
Nothing happens, right? But that's where they also get to bond and talk and be themselves. And, he of course always asks, like, are you a virgin? Like that comes up in every one of these
It's a
series. Like, are
rude
you a virgin?
question. It's like, do I know you? I
Yeah.
mean, are you my gynecologist? So later on, he invites her to this party, and they go to this party, man. And I was like, they were doing serious drugs. I think they were doing cocaine.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
cocaine. Yeah.
not them specifically, but other people. it was just intense. I'm like, this is, I mean, what kind of high school party is this? It was intense. It was intense.
That's what I was confused about too. Was this at a club or was this at someone's house? Because I think it was a club. Because didn't they then go into
Yes.
a back room and talk to
Yes.
like the main drug
The drug
dealer? It's like
dealer.
Drew, I think, is the guy, or Rex. I don't know. There's Drew and Rex or somebody. I don't know.
They talked to him. We learned that he overdosed another girl last year, I guess Declan's girlfriend. And that
Yes.
was kind of like a threat or something or other.
Yeah, because
And
she was asking questions. This girl was
because
asking
she was
questions.
asking
So
questions.
they killed her. This guy killed her, basically.
The other girlfriend, they killed her. But while this is happening, he left Ava by herself. And like crazy Jessica like jumps on top of her, cuts her with a knife. I was like, what movie is that? It's like, is she like, what drugs is she on? It was very strange.
Yeah, Jessica is hopped up on something, and I don't even know what she used to cut her,
I don't
but cut
know.
Ava, and Ava comes running back. She's like, "We gotta go." And meanwhile,
Yeah,
Hunter is there with he was just given a suitcase of drugs. He and Declan have to move a lot of product in the next two
it was
weeks. I mean, it was almost like an
strange.
episode of The Wire. They were
Yeah,
the actor, I think his name was Drew, who played
yeah,
this nefarious character. I thought he did a really good job of like selling the lines that he was given.
it was very
But I
cringe.
thought he did a pretty good job with it, even though it was kind of cheesy.
It was cheesy. We have them back at school. I think at one point Hunter apologizes to her and he gives her
Yes.
pepper spray. And I said, what is this? Like the movie Lean on Me? Like what kind of a school? He's giving her pepper spray? If she's in a situation where she needs pepper spray to protect her from this girl, go to the principal.
Principal.
And this is supposed to be like a private fancy school. I didn't get it. I did not get it.
What have we learned even from talking about My Sexy Devil? The high school students will not go to the authorities.
Won't. They won't go to the authorities, except in this specific case, she finds her friend passed out in the bathroom from an overdose, Ava does.
Yeah.
And she finally calls for help. I was like, is she gonna call for help? Like, or is she just gonna like, what is she gonna do? She called for help.
Yeah. Called for, I laughed at this
Oh
scene.
no.
Okay. Because
Oh,
we learned earlier on that
that's sad.
Lily has this bubbly personality, the one who's taken drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's got these light up sneakers.
Yes.
So what happens is Ava is in the bathroom. I don't know, I think she was upset about something. And all of a sudden the camera pans down to a
Yeah.
pair of light up sneakers underneath a bathroom stall. And you could tell that the legs
For
are,
hers. Because you're like, I recognize those shoes. That's the only way I know it's her, those shoes.
and then she finds her passed out. And it was like a legit, like good acting
It was
that,
good acting.
in that
Yeah,
moment. And after that is when she tips off the principal and says, "You got to
exactly.
do a
A
what's it
drug
called?
search.
A drug search."
A search. And that's basically when Hunter quits because he's just like, I didn't know that we're going to be selling these. I want to get out.
Yeah, because
But
it's fentanyl, right?
yeah,
That's what they found out.
exactly.
Was
It was
fentanyl.
laced with it. I think the drug dealer basically blackmails him to not get out. Um,
Yes,
and,
yeah,
and it's like a whole strange thing. From here, okay. He goes back to her, he takes her back to his place.
yes.
And that's where we see like more about his sick sister, and they start kissing, and then they start making out. And at this point, she's already complained about the fact that her friend just died of a drug overdose.
Yeah.
He says nothing to her about this. And she kept saying, I trust you. I trust you. And I wrote like, so he's not gonna tell her that he's a drug dealer?
Oh,
I lost. I was like, I don't know about this character, man. I lost respect there.
really?
Lost respect. Yes.
Well, I guess
Yes.
I approached it from the point of craft and plotting. And I'm like, there needs to be this betrayal for them to overcome. So I looked at it as this has to happen, but was it a crappy thing for him not to tell her?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but he also did it to protect her because if he had told her, she would have
Oh
told
my
somebody,
God.
and he knew they were gonna fuck up a bitch.
I will allow that perspective,
Okay.
but the fact that they like had sex, I was like, I would never come back from that. I was like, that's a huge,
I'll be
huge betrayal of trust. I'm sorry, but
It
no.
was there was a lot of huge betrayals. You're right. And
Yeah.
in the end, I thought she took them rather well.
Too well. I was like, this girl is smart. She's making robots that apparently can, like, I don't know,
The
feel and
visually,
touch or whatever.
yeah,
And I'm like, and you're gonna go back with this drug dealer? Look, guys,
yeah.
like we gotta give this girl some confidence. This basically wraps up kind of quickly. He like Hunter from that point on is like, I'm gonna quit for real. He goes to take the drugs back. And that's where things turn crazy in this pizza parlor with just like
Yeah.
it goes nuts. All sorts of stuff just starts happening.
There's a lot that happens. My question that I wrote down is, well, first of all, they end up having sex on a couch, which looked very tiny. I don't know how they were able to do that comfortably. Then when they go on the date, they go to the pizza shop where he works. So
Yes.
am I to understand that the pizza shop is the home base for this drug operation?
Yes. Yes, you are to
Oh,
understand that.
okay.
Yes.
So here, okay. I did not realize it until this moment.
Yes. Yes.
And so when he gets there, Drew and I guess Declan and Jessica end up showing up. And basically it's, they're trying to convince Hunter, hey, you can't leave. You're in this life and that's it. And then Ava walks in and she gets
Yeah.
sassy with them. And they're like, hey, you got to keep your mouth shut. They threaten her life. Ava, for some reason, I don't know when this happened, put on the glove she created in
Before that
robotic.
happens, we should note that they tie everyone up in a chair.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're right.
They randomly all get tied to chairs, and I was like, what is going on in this film? Where did they find the rope? First of all, they
Yeah.
tie everyone up in a chair. They're like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna show you what an overdose looks like. It's very dramatic. Go ahead with the hand.
And Jessica is there with a gun. Somehow Ava gets loose from her chair and is showing that she's wearing this robotic glove
Yeah.
she created for visually impaired people to tell the difference between items. And she electrocutes the guy,
Yes.
Drew. And I'm like,
Yes.
wait a second. This glove electrocutes people too? Isn't that bad for the visually impaired people?
I don't know. It was like a Terminator moment. I'm like, so she just puts on. First of all, does she just carry this glove with her everywhere? Like
I don't
that's
understand.
strange.
It's your school project. This is what you're looking to get, like
It's
what, like
strange.
money, like 15
Yeah.
grand prize. It's like, and you're just carrying this in your back pocket.
She was able to take the drug dealer down, but at the same time, Jessica still shoots her in the chest, by the way.
Well, was it the chest or the shoulder? I guess it was the chest, huh?
The point is, it's a gunshot. It doesn't really matter where.
Well, I mean, it matters to me.
It and then it's like fade to black. And I was like, well, did she die? 6 months later, apparently she's valedictorian. Her friend comes to visit her. She won the robotics contest. Apparently she gave the prize money to like Hunter's sister and mom.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I was watching all this and I was like, no, sweetie. So this guy lies to you about being a drug dealer, gets your friend to have an overdose, gets you shot in the chest, and you give him your $15,000? No,
Well,
absolutely.
as she told Lily, she's like, I don't hate him. I just, haven't talked to him because I don't know what to say. I mean, he saved my life and he saved so many other lives because apparently Hunter spent a reduced sentence in prison because he turned on, she mentioned Drew, Rex, I don't know who
Yes.
Rex is, and they got life. And Jessica for Schumacher got 10 years, which I don't know if that sounds right. And I guess Declan is free. And Ava isn't mad at him, just doesn't know what to say. And I'm like,
I was like, when
that's
she
weird.
said he saved my life, I was like, girl.
He also put it in
He
danger. So I don't
put it in danger. He got you shot. Like, someone needs to have a conversation with you about life because that is not the way to go through it.
Yeah.
I was in shock. I was in shock.
I I didn't know what to make of it. I was like, well, I mean, this is an interesting way to take things,
Yes.
But they had to make her like that so they can end it with a happily ever
Yes.
after. What did you think of the 10 things I hate about you movie references at this point in the
Oh,
film?
what were they? I don't know what they were. What were they? Oh,
Okay,
10 things
I
hate about
caught
you
this.
references. Tell me.
I will. So, first of all, what I thought was interesting is when Lily is kind of in cahoots with Hunter,
Yeah.
trying to get Ava to like
Oh,
see
okay.
him and reach out again. And first of all, she shows on her phone that Lily is calling the tire changing savior, which is
Oh, that's
refers
cute.
to a
An
story
earlier
where
story. Yeah.
Hunter helped Lily with her blown tire or whatever. But they were going to be watching Ava and Lily after graduation. They were going to get together and watch 10 Things I Hate About You because they were referring to
Oh.
Bianca and all that in a little
Oh,
in a
that's
little text
interesting.
conversation.
Okay.
And then when Hunter is out there when Hunter is out there on the bench, sitting there
Yeah.
dressed like a Mormon missionary with a button-up plaid shirt,
Yes.
he
The costume
said,
was not correct.
yeah,
Yes.
it looked very awkward. He actually said to Ava, he's like, "Oh, Lily wanted me to sing a song by Frankie Valli to you, but I can't sing." That was a reference to, remember when
Oh,
Heath Ledger
yeah, you're just
sings,
too good to be true.
it's good
Yeah,
to, I can't take my eyes off of you. Yeah. So there was that reference to the
that's
things I
cute.
hate about
Okay.
you. And he's like, but I can't,
Interesting.
I can't sing. And then they said to each other, oh, like, you
Interesting.
saved me. No, you saved me. And I love you and I forgive
Yeah.
you. And he's like, oh, and guess what? I got my GED in prison. And she's like, oh, that's great. I knew you could do it. And it's like, okay, now they're back together.
Now they're back together. It was a strange ending for me. It was just like not one of my favorites.
I
It was all
agree.
over the place. It was a little intense, a little dramatic. Um, Horrible lessons for girls about men who, are drug dealers and get you shot. You shouldn't forgive them, just saying you shouldn't, or at least you shouldn't be with them. It was just like not a good lesson for me. Just not a good lesson for me at the end.
There was some unhealthy lessons for
Yes.
young impressionable people.
Yes.
I feel like these should be just watched by older people who can
Okay. Yeah, that's
enjoy
fair.
it for entertainment's sake, but also know, because it almost is like, oh, it's okay to date a drug dealer as long as he's a good guy,
Yeah.
and has a good reason. Because let's face it, I would say most drug dealers can justify why they're doing it
They
and what they
probably have a good
remember.
reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But because it's Joseph Purcell, we're like, we'll give him a pass. But yeah, it was really interesting, very gritty. This is not my preferred style, but I figured
Yes.
we should recap and review every Joseph Purcell, television series, which is why I had suggested his nerd. I'm glad we did it.
I'm
We
glad we
don't
did
have,
it.
yeah, we don't have to ever watch it again, although I had to watch it twice. Once I watched it a couple of months ago, and then again for this. But I'm done. I'm
That's
done now.
you put in your time, as did he. So there you go. We're finished. We're finished.
You know what? I feel like that's all. That it should just end there. Well, that's all we got for you. Tune in next time to see what we're reviewing and recapping here on Romance Recap.